Ukraine, 1942. A mother holds her 12-year-old son tighter than ever before, not because she is afraid to lose him, but because she already knows she will. Outside, trucks are waiting, names are being called, families are disappearing. Julian is in front of Hugo, trying to memorize his face, the curve of his cheeks, and the innocence still untouched by the war. He thinks this is temporary. He thinks she will come back tomorrow, and she knows she won't. With a shaking hands, she lead him to a woman she once trusted as a child, Marina, a woman the world now judges, a woman surviving in a way polite society refused to look at. Hide him, Julia whispers, not as a request, as a final act of a motherhood. There is a no time for a long goodbye, just a tight embrace, a forehead pressed against another, a silent apology, and then she walks away. Hogo watches her disappear down the road, still believing she will turn back. She doesn't. And that is the moment his childhood ends. And that is where the film truly begins. Not with a war, not with a silence, but with a mother's sacrifice so painful it echoes through every second of the film. In film, the Mariana's life is far from safe. She is 35, living alone on the outskirts of city, surviving by prostituting herself in a brothel that operates under a watchful eyes of occupying force. It's dangerous, it's degrading, and now she must hide a child in the most unlikely place imaginable. Mariana hides Hugo inside a wooden closet in her bedroom, the same room where she receives clients from a brothel network she works for. The rules are strict: absolute silence, no movement, no existence. And from that moment, Hugo's world becomes darkness. He hears everything: boats marching outside, drunken soldiers inside, beds creeping, Mariana's performing survival. War is no longer something he sees, it is something he listens to. And in that darkness, his imagination becomes sharper than sight. Days scratches into months. Hugo begins mapping the world by sound alone. He knows which client is violent by the weight of his steps. He knows when Mariana is exhausted by the way she exhales. Meanwhile, his body begins changing. Puberty arrives in the worst possible environment. Confusion, shame, curiosity, fear, all mixed together in a suffocating silence. Mariana, at first emotionally distant, slowly begins speaking to him through the closet door at night. Stories from before the war, fragments of who she used to be. Their relationship deepens, not warm, not material, but a bond shared the isolation. One night, Hugo makes a small accidental sound while a German officer is present. Mariana instantly covers it with a louder performance, risking everything. After the man leaves, she explodes in anger. Hugo shouts back. The argument reveals something wrong. He resents being hidden. She resents being judged. Both are trapped. From that moment, their bond shifts. He begins to see her vulnerability. She begins to see his lost childhood. And they need each other, not out of love, but survival. As inspection increases and danger closes, Mariana realizes Hugo can't stay hidden forever. And for the first time in the months, she opens the closet in daylight. Hugo steps out, thin, pale, eye sensitive to the light. And there is no heroic music, no celebration, just a boy who entered at 12 and emerges older than his years. Mariana secures false paper at a great personal cost. On the final morning, they sit in the same room without barriers. They don't know how to exit without the closet between them. At dawn, Hugo leaves. Mariana watches from the window. The closest door remains open behind her, empty. And the film is not a story about escape. It's about a mother who sacrificed her son to a survival. a woman who sacrificed herself to protect him, and a boy who sacrificed childhood to understand the world too soon. War does not explode loudly in this film, it suffocates. And when Hogo finally walks in the light, it's not a freedom he carries, it's a knowledge. And the film ends with no victory, no reunion, no trumpet music, no promises that everything will be okay. Just a quiet morning. Hogo walks away with the forged papers and a fragile hope, carrying more knowledge than any 12-year-old ever should. He entered that closet as a child, hiding from the world. He leaves understanding it. Mariana stands by window, watching him disappear in uncertainty. She doesn't cry loudly, she doesn't collapse, because some grief is too deep for tears. The closet door remained open behind her, empty now, but heavy with memory. That small wooden space witnessed fear, survival, shame, protection, desire, and a slow death of innocence. War doesn't just destroy cities, it reshapes souls. Hogo survives, but survival is not the same as innocence. Mariana protects him, but protection cost her everything. And the Julia sacrifice linger in every step her son takes forward. And the film Mariana's Closet doesn't end with freedom. It ends with a transformation, a silent passage from a childhood to a irresistible understanding, a reminder that sometimes the greatest act of love happens in the darkest room, unseen, uncelebrated, but unforgettable. The film is made of weights of duration that expand like fever, and in that exhaustion, every detail becomes serious. A glass set too tightly is already a risk. A creeping door is a warning. Silence is not a peace but discipline. One must learn to use silence like a blanket to keep out the heat. This is how the film Mariana's Room is different itself from the theme film. It does not seek the shortcut of importance. It does not rely on automatic emotions. It imposes a form of experience, almost a perpetual regime on the viewers. Even the editing from this perspective works on duration. The advancement of the plot collides with the weight of time, with its slow and continuous pressure. And that's all about this film's review. And if you do love this film, please like, share, and subscribe. For more details, please check out video description.